Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, your favorite tarot reader, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at these are the first things men notice about you. So I'll try to be as accurate as I can, but it is a bit tricky when reading for the collective. If you want something more personal, you can always check in with the psychic for a more in-depth description. Speaking of which, I tried a clairvoyant from Psychic Source, and yes, they're sponsoring today's video. Thank you, Psychic Source. I got matched with a clairvoyant through their site, and honestly, I wasn't expecting her to be that accurate. I gave her no personal info, just asked about my future love life, and somehow she instantly picked up that I'm already in a relationship. She literally said, "Why are you asking about the future without mentioning him?" I was literally speechless, but then I remembered that's kind of what I do too. Still a shocking experience to be on the receiving end of it. She described my future partner as someone who makes me really happy, with great communication and a bond that can handle anything. But the part that really stuck with me, she said she saw my future husband giving me purple flowers. A few weeks later, nothing happened, so I kind of forgot about it. Then we saw a tattoo promo on Instagram. My boyfriend sent me his ideas so I can book, and boom, a purple flower. Not a bouquet, but I'm definitely taking that as a sign. You can chat with gifted advisors however you're most comfortable. Phone, video, or even text. Setting up my account on their website was super easy, and they have this quick little quiz that helps you find a psychic based on what you're looking for, whether it's love, past lives, energy readings, whatever. It made the whole process really personal and intentional. What sets them apart is the level of care and integrity. Only 2% of their applicants actually become advisors, so you know you're speaking to someone who's truly gifted and held to high ethical standards. And they back everything up with a no-risk guarantee. If you're not happy with your last paid reading, it's free. For a limited time, you can use my code Siren at psychicsource.com when checking out, or you can just click the link in my description box below at trypsychicsource.com/siren. You'll get up to 40 minutes with an advisor for just $19.80. That's up to a $240 value. You don't have to use it all in one session. You can spread those minutes out across multiple advisors to see who you truly resonate with. They also donate 1% of your purchase to charity at no extra cost to you. Oh, and yes, I do get paid for this promo, so when you sign up with Psychic Source, you're feeding a perpetually hungry, slightly dramatic psychic, that'd be me, and funding my next impulsive crystal purchase. As you can see, the channel needs some new crystals, but that's all for now. Thank you again to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. So getting back to your pile selection and reading, for pile 1 we have the shell with the Queen of Water, which is the Queen of Cups. For pile 2 we have orange calcite with the Sun. And for pile 3 we have fire agate with the Messenger of Earth. I think this is the Knight of Pentacles. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile, pick whichever one you're most drawn to, the one that stands out to you the most. So once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. And if you're still struggling to pick a pile, then you can pause the video and I will see you there when you're ready. Hi pile 1, if you chose the shell with the Queen of Cups card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at the first things men notice about you. So please be aware that this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest, and if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then please find all my details in the description box below. So I'm getting this message that men often thirst after you and they need you to quench their thirst in some way. They kind of see you as a tall glass of water that they need in the moment. I don't know how to explain that feeling I'm getting, but I just feel like I feel like this energy is someone almost like thirsting after you as I tap into the energy immediately. So with me mentioning tall glass of water, maybe some of you are physically tall within your height, or maybe you just have this very sexy, alluring, magnetic presence, and then men just thirst over you all the time. So we have the Nine of Cups showing up next. So what do men notice first about pile 1? What are the first things men notice about pile 1? So we have the Seven of Wands reversed. We have Call reverse. I'm also getting something about your lifestyle or the lifestyle you want to live. So I'm getting that a lot of you want to live more of a luxurious lifestyle or already have that kind of lifestyle. You maybe want to travel a lot, have, you know, a nice, beautiful home, nice belongings, clothes, makeup, you know, maybe being able to afford to go to the salon if you want to, if you're a woman. And if you're a man, then maybe there could be other things you want, like maybe, I don't know, the top of the thing that's coming up the top of my head is like maybe sports cars or something like that. I'm getting like something about wanting to live a life of luxury, wanting to have expensive jewelry, go on expensive dates, just luxury in general. Whether that is true or not, maybe this is just a projection if it's not true. So I get that you are a lot of men's dream girl or dream boy, depending on who's watching, or dream person. Like you have a lot of the qualities and traits that they look for in a partnership. And even like physically, you tick all the boxes of what they're attracted to or what they're looking for. So you often feel like almost too good to be true to men. And that's the first thing they notice about you. You almost seem to tick all the boxes of what they're looking for, and that's also another thing they notice along with that. And maybe a lot of men feel like you are their type in some way, or feel like they've been wishing for someone like you all along. The next thing men notice about you is that you tend to know what you want, my pal number ones. You're not afraid to ask for what you want either. It's not coming through with an entitled energy, but more like, this is what I want. This is what I bring to the table. What I bring to the table is valuable. And this is what I want. But there's like no shame in admitting that. And there's also something about knowing what you want, not being indecisive. So that's something men do like. Some men may feel as though maybe they aren't able to give you what they want, what you want, but maybe some men are able to give you what you want. So I guess it's just depending on the man. But anyways, I think like men like that you know what you want and you're not wishy-washy. Next thing men see or notice about you is how you may seem to have some trust issues or guard up, like when you first meet men, which is understandable. I mean, a lot of women nowadays feel that way. Even I felt that way too. So, you know, it's not easy to trust a man, especially with all we see going on in society right now. So sometimes that brings up certain insecurities for men, because I feel it in my solar plexus chakra. But some men just see it as, okay, I maybe need to work a little bit harder to build this person's trust. Some men don't take it personally, but maybe some men get insecure and then they question themselves. They question if they're maybe a trustworthy person or not. They question how you see them. if that makes sense. But I don't think they're necessarily taking it personal. They just see that maybe it's harder for you to trust and open up, like when you first meet a person. And you may be the type to take your time building a connection with a person. Maybe you're a little bit private at first. Maybe you don't reveal all things about yourself at first. Even in the beginning with communication, maybe you like communication to be short and sweet in some way. Maybe you're someone that's very busy and you don't always have time to sit and chat. Or you don't want to. Maybe you're the type that takes long to respond. In the beginning, you're kind of detached. You're not like putting all on the line. So I feel like there's this energy of men maybe needing to chase after you rather than you do the chasing, right? But sometimes men think that you're uninterested or that you don't want to talk to them. They just get that vibe from you, right? But then I think when you get attached later on, maybe you show more of the sensitive sides of yourself with the Queen of Cups, and then they see a different side of you when you are attached. Because I feel like you guys have an all or nothing type of love, and you're not fake. You're not going to pretend you have that connection with someone like right in the beginning, you know what I mean? If it's not there yet. Like, the man has to build it with you first, make you feel comfortable first, make you feel like you can trust him first, then you build that emotional bond with him, and then he gets to see the deeper sides of you. It's not like you're gonna come out of your shell and be comfortable with him in the first meeting, you know what I mean? So it's normal, but that's what men notice about you firstly. And I think they take note of the differences of how you are around them when you trust them and how you are around them when you're not trusting them yet or when you're still getting to know them. Because I feel like in the beginning stages, you're very private and to yourself. But then in the later stages, maybe of dating or friendship or whatever relationship you have with a man, then you seem to open up more to them, you know, get out of your shell, be a lot more compassionate, a lot more caring, a lot more nurturing in some way, you know. You're definitely very alluring physically, but you also have an ethereal or dreamy quality to you, both physically and to your personality. You have like this sense of magic within your soul. I mean, we have a unicorn and a mermaid here, which is why I'm mentioning that, plus an angel. So you probably have an ethereal like beauty, a beauty that is almost out of this world, like an angel that fell from heaven. It's reminding me of that pickup line. But maybe you're also just very seductive, with the mermaid here, the siren, and then also very like ethereal and angelic at the same time, both within your look and personality. Men notice that you're more of the go with the flow type of person. They kind of see that you aren't one to like huge plans in advance. You're more spontaneous in nature. You don't like, maybe you like stability, but you don't necessarily like routine to stay the same. You like spontaneity, you like switching things up, you like trying new things. You don't like doing the same thing all the time or trying the same thing the whole time. Do you get what I mean? Maybe you're not really one to like make huge plans in advance. You kind of just want to go with the flow and live in the moment, and whatever happens, happens. Does that make sense? So maybe you're the type that prefers, people are like, oh, do you want to hang out this weekend, rather than 2 weeks before, oh, are you free this weekend? Because you're not even sure if you're going to be free that weekend. So I kind of feel that personality type, right? So it's like you're detached in the beginning, but very attached when you're attached. Again, there's no fakeness here, an all or nothing type of love. And men do notice that you do bring something valuable to the table. You're deeply feminine, nurturing, intuitive, and emotionally magnetic. You may even be sensitive. You may be the type to go within. You could have eyes that are incredibly expressive, possibly large, dreamy, or even kind looking. You could have long or just beautiful eyelashes. Even if you're a man, you could just have nice eyelashes and, kind of dreamy eyes, hypnotic looking in a way. Men think that you have depth and you're not just a surface level person. They can have deep, meaningful conversations with you, conversations that make them feel something. And I think you definitely bring the sensitive, more emotional, romantic sides out of men, even if they never knew they had that side to them before. Some of you could have more of a square or oval-like shape, or I'm even possibly seeing a heart-shaped face. There's a softness in your facial features, and you could have higher or more rounder shaped eyebrows, right? It could have like a high arch to it, or there could be like a roundness to your eyes or eyebrows, right? There's something about your side profile looking good as well. Men definitely feel seen by you in some way. They feel like you get them and understand them in a way. They also feel like you are supportive and always there for them in some way, shape, or form. Your energy feels calming, soothing, healing, and emotionally grounding. Men feel emotionally safe with you, and they could tell you their secrets or deep things about them that they wouldn't usually tell people, like their traumas, things they've been through, just their life experiences, their life story in general. You have a gentle or calming voice, or something about speaking with compassion, drawing men in. Men want to feel emotionally close with you, and they want to feel like they are emotionally fulfilling you in some way. However, I do feel like you've had some men in your life that have been emotionally unavailable and have made you feel like your emotions were a burden. That is definitely not true, my pile number ones. If you have experienced that, that has more to do with them and them not being able to process or understand their own emotions. It has nothing to do with you. I feel like the men that are emotionally safe and emotionally available will see your emotions and your emotional expression as something that's beautiful rather than a burden. And they will see that as you just connecting to that part of yourself, and that they would need to, the way I see it is, if a man really cares about you and sees you expressing your emotions, he's going to want to protect your emotions and keep you feeling emotionally safe and listen to you and support you and guide you through that. And that is a real man, in my opinion. A man that can have empathy and, be there for his woman. Even if it's like a friendship, that's just how I see it in a way. So that men notice that you have deep empathy, you have kindness and intuitive sensitivity. You somehow just know and intuitively pick up on what they want or what they desire and give it to them without asking. You may also sometimes finish their sentences for them or know what they're about to say or something like that. There's some kind of like intuitive nature here. You may also be one to see through men, where men can't hide things from you, okay? You're always going to find out some way, maybe through your dreams or just through a gut feeling. You definitely give off ideal partner energy. Not because you're trying to, but because you seem emotionally in tune and supportive, my pal ones. You might be quiet at first, like I said before, but there's a quiet depth that men pick up on and become drawn to. So men also notice you are mysterious, and with that mystery comes a certain type of allure that kind of pulls men in and makes them intrigued by you. Like I said, you seem very private at first, mysterious to yourself, and then when they kind of want you to come out of your shell. So they're kind of going to pursue you. If they're attracted to you, they're going to pursue you in a way where they're trying to get you out of your shell and trying to get to know you more, and that mystery is alluring in some way. You also have some kind of spiritual allure about you. Like, I feel like men are drawn to your energy and your aura too, not just your physical beauty. I feel like there's something soft, youthful about you, and you could also seduce men if you wanted to. I don't know why that's coming up, but it is. You could be artistic or just have like this breath of fresh air energy about you. You're very different in some way, but in a good way. You could have very shiny hair or hair that looks very healthy and moisturized, or your skin could look very moisturized in some way. You can have watery looking eyes or sensitive looking eyes, and some of you have like a natural pout to the way your lips naturally just fall. There's some of you have like wavy hair. I see some of you may have dreadlocks or braids. I even see like very long flowy hair. I also see that some of you like to do certain hairstyles that are maybe a little bit more complex. Like, I'm not seeing like just a basic hairstyle, but I'm seeing like different kind of plaits and stuff in my mind's eye that look complex, where I wouldn't be able to do that. Like, I wouldn't know how to make my hair like that. But it's kind of like maybe you know how to do like many different hairstyles. I don't know if some of you work in hair salons, work with beauty. It just seems like you know a lot about beauty and you know how to make yourself, but other things beautiful as well. Maybe you know how to give other people makeovers as well. You could have rosy cheeks or a kind of tint to your facial features where I want to say there's like a warmth to your skin in some way. Or there's some color in your skin. I don't see like extreme paleness or any kind of skin tone that almost gives off like a cold undertone. I'm seeing more so like a warm undertone or an olive undertone, if that makes sense. Let me just say there's like some kind of tint to your skin or warmth to your skin. You could like to wear flowy, comfortable clothes that feel alluring but also soft at the same time. Some of you could be girly girls if you're a woman. I keep seeing wavy or curly hair in my mind's eye. And men are definitely drawn to the accessories or jewelry you wear too. Some of you could have a smaller to medium-sized lip size, but there's something like pouty and cute about your smile or about your lips. Your body language also comes through as very soft and gentle in some way. Like, you seem like you have a gentle heart and soul. So the men that are noticing you at the moment, for some reason I'm seeing Ariana Grande in my mind's eye. Maybe some of you have a voice like Ariana Grande, or maybe some of you have a look that's similar to her, or maybe you look like a particular type of celebrity. Like, this lady here always reminds me of Angelina Jolie. I don't know why. But maybe some of you have like a celebrity look-alike. Okay, the men that are noticing you, I'm gonna list some zodiac signs. So these are just the men that are interested in you. You guys could embody a lot of water energy, but the men that are interested in you could embody Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy, as well as Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Scorpio, Cancer, Libra, and Taurus. So the initials of men that are noticing you. And these are just the men that are noticing you the strongest at the moment. I'm seeing A, I'm seeing E, which is reminding me of EA, which is then reminding me of games. I'm then seeing a rose. So this is reminding me of men that maybe have a romantic side to them. And I'm seeing men that are maybe a bit more put together, a bit more mature. They focus on their hygiene. They're maybe like very focused on looking put together in some way. You may even attract some men that can be a little bit impulsive at times, or have those types of men noticing you at the moment where they have like this daredevil, adventurous energy to them in some way. I keep seeing gamer men, and I see men that are quite intelligent. I see men that are maybe going to the gym. Okay, Spirit, give me initials, please. So I'm seeing the initial I. I'm seeing A again. I'm getting the name Ian. Okay. I'm also getting the word fawn. Some of you could have like a fawn response. Or have like a fawn, deer-like, innocent type of look to you. Or energy or vibe. I keep seeing fish, which is then reminding me of water sign energy. I'm also seeing hashtags, which is reminding me of social media. So you could have a lot of men noticing you on social media. I'm seeing men that want to build with you. I keep seeing men on social media on the internet. Then I'm seeing the initial B, C, R, S, T, F, and B. I think I mentioned B. I'm not sure. So that is all I have for you. I really hope this reading resonated. Let me know what you thought of this reading down below. Did this resonate with you? Was this accurate? And I can't wait to see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hi Pal 2, if you chose the orange calcite crystal with the sun card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at the first things men notice about you. So please be aware that this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then you can find all my details in the description box below. So I was seeing the angel number 1222 on the clock as we started your reading, which is quite interesting. And I also for some reason receiving a lot of phone calls while I'm about to start your readings, like just random numbers trying to phone me. So I'm getting that maybe men feel this urge to want to call you or talk to you a lot over the phone. There's just this feeling of like men wanting to talk to you more and more and more, or phone you in some way, or just communicate more with you in person. So spirit guides of Pal 2, what are the first things men notice about Pal 2? So we have the King of Wands. We have the Star showing up reverse. We have the Four of Swords. And we have the card Love, which is the Lover's card. Okay, at the back of the deck, we have the Emperor showing up reverse. Okay, I think that a lot of you could have this vibe about you that almost like lights up the entire room. You have a very interesting, lighthearted kind of energy about you. You maybe enjoy banter or even just like playful, lighthearted conversations. You're very easy to talk to. Men feel drawn to your light, to your radiance, confidence, vitality, and joy. You seem like a high energy person. You probably have a big infectious smile or laugh. You could have a loud, joyful laugh as well. You're not afraid to take up space, and you just lighten up the whole room. Some of you could have shiny, bright, or thick hair. You possibly have a sun-kissed look to your skin, maybe a little bit tanned or more medium to darker type skin tones. I also see that you could have a glow to your skin, a magnetism to your energy, where you just take up space and you almost seem to stand out in a crowd. You're not one that's basic, or you don't necessarily fit in. You stand out in a huge way. You could be a trendsetter in some way too. And somehow the spotlight is always on you, even if you're not trying to gain people's attention. Somehow people always pay attention to you in some way. And you also seem like a very extroverted, fun person in some way. You may have a bounce to the way you walk, or your hair might bounce when you walk, making you extra noticeable, or you do little things that show confidence, like maybe in the way you walk, the way you talk. There's this confident, sexy, noticeable energy about you. You seem to have a magnetic, childlike energy. You seem approachable but vibrant. There is a glow around you that makes people want to be near you, including men. You could possibly have golden tones to your hair, big bouncy hair as well. Hair that is voluminous in some way. Some of you could be Leo risings, or could have some kind of Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius in your chart. I do think that you shine in whatever way, and you're very conventionally attractive, at least in men's eyes. Like I said, you're someone that naturally stands out. Some men could be intimidated by this, but drawn to it at the same time. And I think that you guys need not only men, but also friends around you that aren't going to try to humble you or take you off your pedestal, because I feel like a lot of people, including men, put you guys on a pedestal with both the star and the sun. But you also have some friends or men or both in your life, or you've had that in your life before, where these people almost try to take you off your own pedestal. They almost try to flick the crown off your head and make you feel less than, or make you feel smaller, or make you feel like you're too much, or you shouldn't take up space. I think that you guys have possibly dated men that have been jealous of you, that have almost tried to tear you down in some way or make you less confident in yourself. But you've also had friends around you that almost see you as you shine too bright for them, where they try to dim your light. So don't allow men or people in general to dim your light, pile too. Continue taking up space. Continue to be the bright light that you are. Because guess what? They were drawn to your light like a moth to the flame, but they were a dark energy anyway. So you don't want that energy around you. You want people around you that are going to uplift you, that are going to let you shine, but also allow themselves to shine without getting insecure when you shine. They will have confidence in themselves. You need people like that around you, where they have confidence in themselves even if you do. They're not going to be insecure just because you're confident. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, don't allow haters to be around you, or people that are almost just trying to control you. Because I feel like some of you've met men with a controlling, possessive nature. With the Emperor at the back of the deck showing up reverse. When I see the Emperor reverse, I see it as the unhealthy, toxic masculine energy, where it's almost like a man wants to control or possess a person. That's how I at least read the card. And as I say that, I'm hearing a song. I think it's from Girls Just Want to Have Fun, but it's a specific line. Just want to get the exact lyric. So it goes like, some boys take a beautiful girl and hide her away from the rest of the world. I want to be the one to walk in the sun. Oh, girls, they just want to have fun. So I think that sometimes you found men that see you as like this baddie, this sexy, magnetic person that has so much light, and they're drawn to your light at first. And then sometimes they almost try to contain your light or keep it to themselves, and it's almost like they become very jealous. Like maybe you were wearing a certain type of clothing style before, and then they don't want you to wear that later on because they don't want other men to look at you or notice you. So I do think that you've attracted some men, not that it's your fault, but you've had men in your life that have maybe been very jealous, domineering, controlling, dominant, just the toxic, unhealthy side of masculinity. But I do feel like with the star reverse, you are still in the process of healing from toxic relationships. And I feel like as you are healing, you're going to maybe start to see love in a different way, in a more healthy way. And I guess you will start to find loves that are maybe less about possession and control and more healthy and more genuine in a way. I feel like when you heal, you're maybe going to attract loves that are maybe safer or just healthier in general. Gentle, not controlling, allowing you to be yourself. I think that you guys are working on your self-worth, and I think that not necessarily that it was your fault, because we can meet certain types of men and You know, I don't subscribe to the belief that it's always us that's doing something wrong. Like, yes, if we're attracting a certain type of man or a certain type of person over and over again, then yes, that may be something we need to heal. But I don't always believe that it's us that's always attracting a type of person. Like, I could just be in public and by chance meet a man that is maybe unsafe. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm doing something wrong spiritually. You get what I mean? So some things we may attract, some things we may manifest, maybe according to our beliefs, but some things just happen. The way I see it is, even if you meet those types of men later on, or dishonest types of men that just can't be trusted, you're going to have a high self-worth where you're not going to find them attractive even. So it's not going to matter. You know what I mean? So I feel like you are still on the healing journey. It's still unfolding, but that's basically what I see for you. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. I didn't want to go off topic, but I feel like you've had a lot of those types of men notice you. I don't know why I'm picking up with that energy. I just am. Back to the first things men notice about you. I also see men noticing that you have a confidence without arrogance. You uplift people around you. There's a natural warmth and playfulness that feels effortless. You have a strong leadership energy. People are drawn to you because you bring life wherever you go, including men. You could possibly be free-spirited in a way, a magnetic risk taker, and you have a lively life of the party energy about you. People and men view you as someone that gets attention effortlessly, star-like energy. Men see you as very chilled and laid back, but they also see you as a romantic lover at heart. You're incredibly, fiercely loyal to the ones that you love, possibly even protective over the ones you love, where you would fight for them or defend them. You make people around you, including men, so happy and so joyful. You could also be funny or have a good sense of humor. Men often notice the passion that they feel for you that is unmatched, where they've never experienced that kind of passion before, or it's very rare that they do experience that passion for person. So they notice maybe those types of passionate chemistry type of feelings that you bring them when they're falling in love or when they're attracted to you in some way. Some of you could be shorter or on the shorter side. Your body is tea. I'm hearing that song, Body Yachty. I think it's Megan Thee Stallion. You also seem to be someone that takes care of yourself physically. Men can see that. Like, you possibly take good care of your health, your body. You possibly eat well. You possibly make sure you moisturize. Make sure you take care of your physical hygiene. Like, take care of your hair, your skin, everything. It's like taken care of. There's like this effortless, flawless beauty. I'm now seeing Beyonce. So you could have like this queen bee vibe about you, right? Men would consider you one of the hottest people in the room. That's just what I'm hearing. I'm not trying to compare you to other people, but that's just what I'm hearing. I feel some of you are short with a feisty attitude. Small, but like a feisty attitude. That's kind of what I'm seeing for someone here. It won't resonate with everybody. You could be straightforward and blunt in a way. And you could also be someone that knows how to give a gentle yet tough love at the same time. Something about them noticing either the breast area or the behind booty area. Men are definitely intimidated by you, pile number 2. But some men would just simp over you and worship you in some way. Because I'm seeing like an image of someone feeding this Greek goddess grapes. So I almost feel like some men see you as almost like goddess-like, you know. And some men get very turned on by you, and they fantasize about you a lot, because I keep seeing more sensual images in my mind. I can't say this because it's not an 18 plus reading. But if you're not over the age of 18, please just click off now or skip over this part. I basically see some men like fantasize about giving you pleasure in some way or giving you head, because I'm like literally seeing an image or vision of that. Something about the way you move your body is so sexy. You could possibly have fuller lips or cheeks. Men notice the car you drive, and you could use your hands a lot when you speak as well. You could be someone that needs very little sleep, and you could be very neat with your physical surroundings. Not only neat, you like your environment to look good, because when your environment looks good, you feel good. You definitely energize people, and men notice that. Like whenever they're around you, they feel more energized and energetic. You could also live more of an active lifestyle. Okay, so the zodiac signs of men that are noticing you at the moment. I'm seeing Aries quite prominently, like the strongest. These are just the men that are noticing you the strongest, right? The most. Right now at this moment. I'm also seeing Libra energy, Cancer energy, Sagittarius. I'm hearing Gemini, Mars. Lots of fire sign energy. That could either be your sign or their sign. I'm also seeing Leo and Capricorn in my mind's eye. Some of you could be into or have nerdy type men looking at you or noticing you at this moment. Men that are more logical or intelligent. Men that are fit and also live an active lifestyle. Men that have maybe achieved some things, but you also have some men trying to almost pick your brain or understand you in a way. And you have some men that feel like you're such a good friend to them, where they love hanging out with you. You could also have artistic men interested in you at the moment, especially if you're creative too. Men that are music lovers, and men that are maybe a little bit more private, closed off, or they like their space. I also see some family-orientated men noticing you at the moment, and men that want commitment, because I'm seeing a diamond ring. Or men that would spoil you, because this diamond ring seems huge, okay? Not even exaggerating. This is what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. So, initials of men noticing you at the moment. Like I said, this is the men noticing you the most right now, the strongest right now. Seeing the initial T, J, E, L, D, N, and P, as well as E. I think I mentioned, I don't know. So that is all I have for you. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of this reading down in the comments below. And I can't wait to see you next time. Hi Pal 1, if you chose the Fire Agate Crystal and the Messenger of Earth card, which is the Knight of Pentacles, I think, then we're going to be taking a look at the things that men notice first about you. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then you can find my details in the description box below. So let's go ahead and shuffle your cards. Spirit guides of Pal 3. Please tap me into the energy of Pal 3 and men's view of them. And please show me what men notice first about them. What are the first things men notice about Pal 3? So we have the Ace of Wands showing up reverse. We have the Fool showing up reverse. We have the Page of Wands showing up reverse. And we have the Seven of Swords. At the back of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. So the first thing that men notice about you is your body. Your body is very sexy. I'm seeing an example of Tyler in my mind. But I feel like you guys also have a juicy look to your body. You could have some kind of curves to your body, and something about the behind booty area looking very just juicy in a way. I want to say that men are very attracted to your body, especially the behind area. I feel like men tend to fantasize about you and your body, about things you could do, the way you could move your body. Now, I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but I'm seeing like men kind of fantasize about you dancing in a sexy way and just moving your body in a sexy way, specifically fantasizing about your behind area. There is also something about you being very photogenic, pile number 3. So I'm seeing men look at your photos. Something about the way you're posed, but something also about the way you in the background look. Both you and the background are beautiful. And I feel like your social media shows some kind of personality. Like you're not just a pretty face, but you also have personality to you. Some of you could have athletic body types because that's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. You could look simple, elegant, or well put together in some way. You have a down-to-earth, natural beauty about you, but some of you give off classic beauties. Like a classic, timeless beauty or style. To men, you come across as someone that is intimidating in a sexy way. So hot that you're almost unapproachable. Does that make sense? I feel like sometimes men just are intimidated by how hot you seem to them, like physically, that they're very scared to like come up to you and approach you and talk to you. They often feel nervous in some way. Because when I started the reading, I kind of had like a little bit of anxiety and I felt like a nervous energy. You come across as, like I said, hard to get, like someone that has high standards and doesn't settle. Men definitely want to chase you, win you over, or be persistent in pursuing you in some way. But sometimes men are afraid of your rejection and they think that you would reject them harshly in some way, and not care about that, or that you would just ignore them and not give them time of day. I think that's just their insecurities speaking, unless that is true, unless you do resonate with that. But I think for most of you, maybe that's just a projection on men's side, because maybe they have some insecurities. Maybe they've been rejected before and they're scared of getting rejected. You definitely do have a body that men notice. Men could also notice your hair, firstly. So I'm seeing different variations of hair colors and hair types. So in the cards, we see her with very beautiful curly hair, her with like very beautiful blonde, almost like bleach blonde hair. Maybe some light brown, dark brown, black hair. There's different variations of hair here, but I just feel like there's something beautiful about your hair that men notice. But what I'm seeing clairvoyantly in terms of your beauty, you could have kind eyes, almond-shaped eyes, lashes that almost have a curl to it. You could like to wear eyeliner. There's a softness to your eyes, but a sexiness and allure to it as well. Men almost... Okay, this is gonna sound... How do I make this sound better, Spirit? Sometimes men are so tempted by you that you bring out a primal or... Yeah, like a primal sensual energy out within them. I don't know if this is like offensive to say to men. I promise I'm not trying to offend anybody. But the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm seeing men almost become like dogs around you. And that's not an excuse, because men should be able to control themselves. But men almost become like dogs around you. Maybe they follow you like a puppy dog. I know this sounds so demeaning and dehumanizing to say, and that's not my intention at all. But the vision I'm seeing is like a man on a collar, and he's like on his four legs, and he's like listening to your instructions, and there's almost like this dominant energy, right? So I don't know if you have men that like to be dominated around you or something like that, or if they almost follow you around like a puppy dog, or if they just become so turned on that there's almost like a primal energy there. Men definitely notice how confidently you carry yourself, how you stand tall, your posture, something about your posture seeming like you believe in yourself. You have this mysterious, grounded, dependable vibe. You have this earthy like beauty, and back to your eyes, I was seeing like sultry, kind looking eyes. Again, like a natural beauty, someone that has kindness written all over their face, like a genuine energy. They can tell by your facial expressions and by the way you smile, but there's like a kindness, a warmth, a grounding energy there. Like you make them feel comfortable. Like they can be themselves. They can just talk to you, say what's on their mind. Yes, you do intimidate them and make them a little bit nervous, but you also make them comfortable, like while having conversation. You seem like someone that is a little bit more serious and a little bit more mature mentally. So I feel like you need men that are maybe more mature and not immature in some way. And you probably like or go for men that are more serious, mature, stable, not men that are goofy and never take life seriously. You probably find that a turn off. That's at least just what I'm picking up from the energy. Of course, different people have different likes and interests when it comes to what they're attracted to. Like some people might find a man that's funny attractive, whereas maybe you are looking for, or at least this is what I'm feeling from the energy, you're possibly looking for someone more dependable in some way, like you. And maybe looking for someone that is on your level. And I don't mean that in an egotistical way, but I mean that in a way of you having standards, because you are already ambitious. You have a dignity about you. You give low-key boss energy, and you're very ambitious. So you're not going to be with a man that isn't ambitious. That's just probably your preference. And maybe men are noticing something about your preferences or something about what you like within men. Even if I don't mention your preferences, but maybe they just notice like your type. So for example, let's say you had different boyfriends and there are certain men that were maybe attracted to you or friends with you, or just people in general that maybe notice the type of man you usually go after based on the look. Maybe people notice what your type is. Or maybe they notice you date like a certain type of man with similar personality traits. So maybe there's something about that being noticed by both men and people in general. I'm getting that you guys... now this would be men that have maybe been intimate with you. You guys are very like spicy and sexy in the bedroom. You're probably the pile that isn't vanilla in some way, like in the bedroom. Nothing wrong with that, but like that's just what I'm feeling from the energy. There's something like very naughty and freaky here. Like in the bedroom, men find you very hot. They feel like there's so much like steamy energies between the two of you where they can't get enough of you. So men notice like whenever they are intimate with you, they just can't get enough of you and they want more and more of you. And there's this feeling of I don't even want to look at other women or other people because I just want you. So sometimes you have men that tend to obsess over you. And you could be doing the least in the bedroom, but it's still an enjoyable experience. You are possibly reserved, protective of your energy and your boundaries. Men pick up on these high boundaries that you have, and they can tell you're not one to mess with. That they can't or shouldn't cross your boundaries, because then you won't, I don't feel like you would react in a negative way, because I feel like you're very emotionally mature and you know how to handle yourself and your own emotions. But I feel like you would set a boundary and you would distance yourself from that person, or just stop speaking to that person in general. Maybe ghost that person if they keep or like cross your boundaries in some way. Even if they do it once, maybe some of you have like a quick cutoff game. Or maybe some of you just cut them off once they do it over and over again. So you are possibly very spiritual, pile number 3. You're possibly someone that works hard, but then also make sure you make time for relaxation and your own peace. So there's like boundaries around your rest time as well. You're possibly a very well-balanced person, calm and well-aligned. You're always one step ahead, and you're very selective and self-sufficient as well as independent. You have a certain type of charm about you that speaks of intelligence. Like your intelligence is charming and sexy in some way. Men are attracted to your mind. You're not only beautiful, you not only have a personality, but you also are smart and intelligent. Elwood's energy. So I'm seeing that you have that triple threat about you, because I don't want to like be mean or insult anyone, but like, have you ever met a hot person that has no personality? You're not that at all. Okay, so that's basically what men notice about you. They're very intrigued by you. And some men, again, are very intimidated by your success. So I feel like, again, there's something about like needing to go for men that won't be intimidated by it, that won't be jealous either, or insecure. Again, dating men that are maybe also ambitious in some way, where you can motivate each other. Men have noticed that you're likely someone consistent. However, you may struggle with burnout, or you may struggle with a lack of motivation to get started. But you are someone that's very consistent with your efforts, both within work, relationships. You could have lost your spark at one point in your life, and you are trying to get it back. And you're also one to say what's on your mind. You're not fake. You'll say things as they are. You don't pretend. You call a spade a spade. And you're also possibly someone that calls out things as they are. You also seem like someone that intentionally keeps things private about your life, where if a topic or conversation makes you uncomfortable, you will change the topic. So let's say a man asks you, for example, an intrusive question, and you're like, you don't know me, why are you asking me stuff like that? You're weird for that. Like, I feel that type of energy where you will call them out on it and you won't answer the question because that makes you uncomfortable. Or you'll just change the subject in a very classy way, but call it out at the same time, but like in a way that is almost professional but also classy, if that makes sense. Like, maybe some of you have a professional way to the way you talk, and when you're done with a man, maybe you have like some kind of professional talk with him where you almost like fire him from your life. There's this energy of you just like being professional with them and short with them at the end of the relationship. Cordial, but that type of energy is coming through. You have cute cheeks and a cute smile, cute features. You're possibly very generous and giving. You have a genuine heart. But you also do have your limits. You're patient, but you do have your limits. What I mean by that is you're generous, you're giving, you're kind. If a person is consistently crossing your boundaries or treating you negatively, obviously you're going to match that energy back. You're not afraid to stand up for yourself. But again, there's like this cordial energy about you where you know how to like clock a person or call a person out, but in a kind, professional manner, if that makes sense. Anyway, so these zodiac signs of men noticing you at the moment. These are just the men that are noticing you the most right now, the strongest right now. So I do immediately pick up on Libra energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Sagittarius, or more of the free-spirited type men, Aries, Gemini, Scorpio, and I keep seeing Earth energy. So in terms of the initials of the men noticing you, and again, these are just the men that are noticing you the strongest, the most right now. I'm seeing some men with maybe like insecurities, some men with almost like a fiery firecracker type personality, very like bold in some way and fun, but maybe even a little bit hot-headed. The initial T, E, G are coming through. F. I'm seeing this energy of someone being like banned from your life. So you could have men that have been blocked watching you at the moment, because I feel like I've been banned from your energy in some way. So that makes me think of you blocking certain men and they're watching you and noticing things about you currently, because we're asking for right now. So that's why I say that. I'm seeing G again. I'm seeing IG. So that's making me think of Instagram. I'm seeing men with like a streetwear style fashion, or like he has that kind of look or style to him, like remnants of that. I'm seeing the initial T, B, E, F again, D, T again. T is coming up strongly. I'm now seeing the Pisces symbol, Cupid's arrow, and I'm seeing a halo, which is reminding me of men that maybe have more of an angelic, pure side to them, or that could mean that maybe your angels are bringing men to you that could maybe be blessings in some way in terms of your love life. Like if you're single or if you're looking to make male friends, then maybe you will receive some kind of blessing there in that department from your angels, and those types of men are noticing you, but maybe you don't know them yet. I'm seeing the initial A and M. Also, another thing I'm seeing now in my mind's eye is jewelry, like specifically bracelets. I'm seeing a gold like bracelet. It almost reminds me of those Cartier bracelets. If you have one of those or a fake one, because I see like some people do buy fakes of that, maybe that could be the case. Or if you just wear gold jewelry, maybe it looks very good on you. So that's all I have for you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of this, and I can't wait to see you next time.